Hi everyone, today, we will redo the reptile video, because the first one was really bad. There are no other words, so it is an American series that starts with a pilot of 90 minutes and in 55 episodes over 3 seasons. Created by Stephen J. Cannell and Frank Poupeau in France, it was broadcast from April 23, 1986 on the 5 Enfants de la Caisse until March 28, 1991. Then, it was rebroadcast many times on France 2 between 1993 and 1997. Then it went back on RTL 9AB1 and AB4. Ah yes, small precision, I will say Riptide instead of Riptide. It will please you, and Riptide means to a current account and is not married. It's just title that means husband, but against husband, it does not sound logical, so against the current. Here is a small aside for boring people who correct videos without even checking what they say. And there will be a second round for Nico. We follow 3 friends in their detective agency in Los Angeles, California. The first 2 are former Vietnam veteran soldiers. Nicholas Ryder, known as Nick Gray by Giovanni, and Cody Allen, Joey Parking, following the loss of their last job where he took tourists by helicopter and boat. They open a detective agency on their boat, the Riptide, and they hire the third thief, one of their old friends known in Vietnam, Murray Rasinski, nicknamed Boss at the beginning of the series. He is played by Tom Bray. He is a computer scientist. He will put his skills in the field. Contribution for surveys. On top of that, he creates gadgets that his robot rests on, which is his most important invention. He tries to develop his AI and prefers to stay away from the action. These 2 colleagues are looking for customers, or rather customers. They chase after all the petticoats and fight the girls while bragging all the time. But in action, they are complementary and fit perfectly. They are regularly confronted by the police in the person of Lieutenant Ted Queen. I go by Jacking, who harasses them every time they encroach on his investigation, but he helps them anyway, and they are also in contact with the lieutenant. We have here, I will start from a Chatwin that will come at the end of the series. She is more conciliatory than Ted Queensland, and she is their contact within the police. They help each other to apprehend the thugs. The famous helicopter, Mimi or Screaming Mimi in VO, is piloted by Neat. It is a score that S58T very old, and it is an American helicopter, even if it has in Russian. That, it is for the stupid and insulting that I had to delete and ban their authors who had been put on the first version of the video. The helicopter was designed by a Russian who emigrated to America, named Igor Sikorsky, who created the company of the same name. There was nothing complicated to understand, and no, I am not mistaken. And the first one who tells me Sikorsky and not Sikorsky, I banish him. You get me drunk with your. It is also known as the 6 Corky H-34 Octo, used for anti-submarine warfare. It should have been used a lot more in the series, but the fuel cost was far too high compared to the episode's budget. As a result, they limited its appearance. There is often the trick of breaking it down, very practical, so that we see it without it costing too much. Nick also owns a 1965 Chevrolet Corvette C-UN with a small flaming on the side. His buddy Cody drives the speedboat, Tides, and a strong car dislocation of 1141, also called a Cursed, that he will replace with a James CS-15, Jimmy from 1983. Among our German friends, the series does not have the same title as in other countries. At home, they named it the 4-point trio, in German, the Mindview Fossen trio. That's to make people laugh when I speak in German. On the other hand, if someone has the reason, that he puts it in comment, And several episodes were censored and butchered there, because of the girls of the Second World War. You can't say the word on YouTube, he doesn't like it. Breaking, who plays Cody, didn't get his role the first time. We found him not manly enough. He had to grow a mustache to be chosen, and also, the resemblance to Tom Selleck must have helped. This Magnum and his character are very similar, and sometimes, they even wear the same shirts. George Clooney plays his very first role in the series as a villain, and he will do a lot of others thereafter. Watch all my videos to find out which ones. The series was created thanks to the success of Fire Thunder in 1983, which itself had inspired Supercopter. Watch my video. But they had eyes bigger than their stomachs. It cost a helicopter to think about it, to sell. The series was launched on the 5 at the same time as the 3 series of K-2000 Super Machines, Mechanical Thunder and Supercopter. Only happiness when you came home from school. In Season 1 Episode 10, we can see the young actor John Lewis, best known for his role in Gremlins. He was nominated for the Young Artist Award in the Best Young Actor category for his performance in the series. The series was also nominated at the 2008 TV Island OA for the use of robots in the Awesome Mr. Robot category. After the series, Perry King starred in an episode of the series The Travelers, which was a fantasy series with erotic scenes. But don't panic, he had a long career after that anyway, and he even directed a movie, and he played a role in 2018 in The Divided. He had already tried his hand at directing on an episode of Riptide, episode 21 of season 3, the last of this great series. And in 1987, the All Hazards Agency will make a nod to our three friends in episode 12 of season 4, The Wheel of Fortune. After Looping wins the game, and he waits with Smart, and behind them, we can see a picture of the trio hanging on the wall. In episode 20 of the third season, Coded Jeans are hired as consultants for a TV show that turns out to be a parody of the series Moonlighting. She was the one who started Bruce Willis. This series was broadcast on Tuesdays at the same time as Riptide in the United States. Basically, they made fun of their direct competitors a bit. According to a subscriber, Peking learned that the series stopped by reading a magazine. He called his colleagues Joe and Tom, who was also unaware of it, and he didn't know why the show was ending. I don't know if it's true, not found the source. On the other hand, the series is simply stopped because there was a drop in audience. Must say, the competition was tough with Moonlight, a Moonlight at Home. Hence, the penultimate episode, which was a parody of this series. Here is the small list of guest stars who have passed in the series, and also the future stars who have made their debut in it. And there are a lot of second knives, so you can add and comment your favorites. James Whitmore in season 3 episode 9, and Frances, who scored well with her boat exclusively composed of women, who made the first 6 episodes. Gina Davis in episode 13 of the first season, George Clooney in the first episode of season 2, and John Lewis episode 10 season 1. As I said above, there are very few joints on the theme of the series, just the helicopter and the cars in majorette size and the car or a 25th plus stickers, a mug, and really not much, but at least there are some things we can to other series that have nothing at all, like The Magician. The credits are not too bad. It is composed by Mike Post and Pitt Carpenter, who made the credits of Code Quantum, but the agency all risks. 2 versions were used in the series in season 2, they added ambient noises over the music, and they removed them for the 3rd season. The rest of the music is done by John Caper Jr. and Steve Makovsky. There has been no adaptation on other media, or they are well hidden after the title does not help for research seen as it is common. Humor in the series is very present. Bose is very clumsy, normal because he is the geek. It is from him that come the biggest scenes of laughter, but the others compare are not without. It remains to brag in front of the girls, those who make the series very cool to watch. There are a lot of chases of all kinds, given all the vehicles at their disposal. The scenario of the classic episodes and resembles all the other series of those years. Like the starlet to protect the kidnapped kid falls back to mafioso, and so on. There are episodes about military affairs that change a little bit and stand out. The stunts and special effects are not bad, many bombs in the series besides. The screens of the different computers with the radar are a little reminiscent of those of K-2000. Still no DVD released in French, but it is entirely in French on YouTube. That's it, I'm done for this series. It's always a pleasure to watch it. It makes me come back good memories. Otherwise, I tell you soon, as usual, put calm, likes full of likes, subscribe not to miss anything. The videos, to come share the video on the networks, and go see my other videos. Do not hesitate and put the bell, because there are very few of you who see my new videos in view of the YouTube stadiums. Go otherwise I tell you to another video, bye bye.